Hello, it's Alex and welcome to Hey Little Thrifter. Today I'm going to be talking about everything I thrifted in May. I got a few items of clothing and also a few books, mostly horror, so I'll start off with the clothes. First up, I got a couple of dresses from Goodwill, and one of them is this lovely bright floral summery strappy number. I was initially drawn to the print. I thought it was really lovely. It looks quite 90s to me, and the labels inside have been cut out, so I've no idea whether it was from that period or not, but I just thought it was adorable and it will definitely get a lot of wear this summer when the weather is hot. And this was labelled at $6.99, but that colour tag was 50% off, so I got it for only $3.50. And I got another dress from that same trip, and it's this lovely blue and white striped number with kind of a flared skirt and like a crossover strap at the back. And this was originally from Old Navy, and yeah, I love a good stripe and I love a good summer dress, so this is like the perfect combination of the two. I'll definitely get a lot of use out of this one as well this summer. And this was also labelled at $6.99 but also 50% off, so basically I got two dresses for the price of one, which is alright by me. I also made a trip to a Salvation Army thrift store. I picked up one item there, which is a pair of denim shorts. These are from the brand Route 66, and they're just blue denim pair of shorts, high-waisted, and they were $2.99, which I thought was a pretty good price. They look to be in really good condition, and yeah, I don't actually have a pair of blue denim shorts in this kind of high-waisted style, so I was pleased to find them. And I also made a trip to Thrift King. That's a thrift store that isn't very close to where I live, so I haven't been there very often, but me and my husband happened to be in the area, so we popped in, of course. I got this lovely vintage mini dress, I'm guessing 60s or 70s. It's got this amazing floral print, and the collar and the lace-up detail. The print initially caught my eye, and then I saw the style of the dress and was like, yes, I need that in my life. And this was only $3.75. And last up for the clothes, I got this guy. This is a playsuit or romper, as you might call it, and this was actually in the t-shirt section. I saw the vertical stripes and was like, oh, that looks interesting, and grabbed it, and then I was like, hang on a minute, is that like a tunic or something? And then I was like, no way, it's shorts and it's got pockets. This one is definitely coming home with me. So I'm guessing this one is 80s or 90s, and again, it's in excellent condition, so I was really pleased to find this one. I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe already, so yeah, this is an awesome addition for my summer wardrobe. So it buttons up the front, then it has this kind of a bit more stretchy band around the waist, and it has pockets, so it's all going on and it's all brilliant. And this one was only $2.75, which I thought was a steal. And it has this really adorable label, Apricot Bay. I just thought that was brilliant, and I love the colours of it. So yeah, another great vintage find that I'm really pleased I stumbled upon. We were only in there for like 10-15 minutes, so I was really pleased to find these two pieces in such a short space of time. Okay, now onto the books. I went to two different library book sales this month. Got one book at the first one, which was Rosemary's Baby by Ira Levin. This was $1, and yeah, it's this really nice hardback edition with the deckled edges. And this is the book club edition, but I think it came out in the same year as the first edition, so I don't think this is a first edition, but I still thought it was cool. I was a bit more successful at the second sale that I went to, and they had, I think it was hardbacks and larger paperbacks were $1, and then the mass market paperbacks were 50 cents. I got one larger one, so this was $1, and this is $9.99, 29 original tales of horror and suspense. So this is a short story collection, and it's got authors such as William Peter Blatty, Neil Gaiman, Stephen King, amongst others. So yeah, I had a quick flick through this and saw some familiar names and thought it might be worth a go for $1. Then I got 4 more paperbacks that were 50 cents each. First up is The Doorkeepers by Graham Masterton. This is about a guy whose sister goes missing and then turns up dead in the Thames River, and he kind of looks into her life to figure out exactly what happened to her and what led her to that point. And he meets, I think, a psychic lady along the way who helps him figure out what happened. So yeah, this could be a good one. And speaking of psychics, I also got The Vision by Dean Koontz, and the cover of this one I couldn't leave behind. I love the fluorescent orange font and the illustration here of the Ouija board. I was like, I need that in my life. And this one, the back doesn't really give you much of a premise, but I think it's about somebody with a psychic vision, and yeah, that was enough to entice me, honestly. I also picked up a copy of Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. This is probably one of the most famous vampire novels, and I've never actually read any Anne Rice. I've always been intrigued to, but her books usually look quite intimidating, and I found this kind of little paperback version that looks quite unassuming and figured I'd grab it now for 50 cents, and then at least I have it on my shelf for when I'm ready to tackle it. And this has a kind of cheesy 90s cover, but I quite like it anyway. And last up, I got a bit of true crime with Helter Skelter, the true story of the Manson murders by Vincent Bugliosi with Kurt Gentry. And this is a very famous true crime novel all about Charles Manson and the murders that took place in the 60s. And yeah, this is one that I've wanted to read for quite some time. This one is definitely a bit intimidating because it's pretty chunky anyway, and the font is tiny. It does have the pictures and stuff in the middle. But yeah, I figured for 50 cents I might as well grab it now, and now I have it ready. So that was everything I thrifted in May. I had a pretty good month. I found some great items of clothing and some great books, so I'm pretty chuffed with that. And onto the stats. So from my original $100 budget for the year, I spent $20.48. So that means my total spent so far for the year is $88.96, and the balance remaining is a whopping $11.04. So I think we're all on board with me not having that last for the rest of the year. That's okay, right? I said this wasn't too strict in January, so it's totally fine to roll with the punches and just generally make this up as I go along. But I do think that if I can make this $11 last for the next month, and that will have taken me through 6 months, which I think is pretty good. I hope you all had a really great month of May and that you have an even better June. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye!